At the end of The Lion King 2, Vitani betrays her mother and leader, Zira.
Vitani, now!
No, Mother. Kiara's right. Enough.
In this moment, her mother's training and goals are rejected. Everything she knew after a lifetime of teachings and indoctrination abandoned. But why would she do this? What led up to her decision? What was Vitani's story? Hello, I'm Isaac from What's Videos, where we discuss fun topics for fun people, and today I'm examining Vitani's full story. If you'd like to learn more about Vitani, I have provided all the links to the movies and the resources I used in the description. And to continue discussing Disney with me, make sure to subscribe and click that notification button. Vitani was born to Zira, the deranged, ambitious, vengeful lioness who possessed an unwavering devotion to the lion Scar. While Vitani was born in the Pride Lands, due to her mother Zira's allegiance to Scar, she was banished along with Zira's followers to the Outlands by Simba. This is where she spent the majority of her young life and where she was trained to be one of Zira's most proficient soldiers. With the name Vitani, which translates in Swahili to Demon of War, she was expected to not only obey her mother, but do whatever it took to bring her younger brother Kovu, the chosen heir of Scar, to rule Pride Rock. You know, my name is Isaac, which has a meaning nowhere near as dark as Vitani's. My name just means laughter, but I think it's pretty fitting for me, just as Vitani's is for her. From a young age, Vitani was strictly obedient to her mother's word and showed a great deal of concern for Kovu, even going so far as to call out her bitter, unstable older brother Nuka.
Nuka, where's Kovu? Did you leave him out there on his own again? Mother's gonna be mad she told you to watch him.
Vitani had little faith in her brother Nuka, for she truly believed in Zira's plan to make Kovu the next king. Over time, she grew a great deal of respect for her younger brother.
One day when you're big and strong,
You will be a king!
And Vitani praised all that she believed he could be.
I can hear the cheering!
Kovu, what a guy!
Zira had successfully molded her daughter to believe the best way to help the Outlanders was to fulfill her plot to take the Pride Lands. But her indoctrination of Vitani was much more successful than just convincing Vitani of her vengeful plan. In the Lion Guard, Vitani had absorbed her mother and Scar's bias against hyenas.
a lion and a hyena?
Vitani was truly raised to be under the control of Zira, and in her adolescence, we finally get to see Vitani prove herself as a soldier of the Outlands.
We have to move quickly.
To facilitate a situation to allow Kovu to save Simba's daughter Kiara, Vitani and Nuka are tasked by Zira to set the Pride Lands ablaze. Vitani successfully ensnares Kiara within their trap, leading to Kovu rescuing Kiara and convincing Simba to allow him to enter the Pride Lands. Everything Vitani and the Outlanders had waited for was coming to fruition. Their plans were finally in play, but when Vitani inspects Kovu's progress, after a period of time in the Pride Lands, and witnesses Simba living while alone with Kovu, Vitani's heart is broken.
Get him. What are you waiting for, Kovu? Get him.
I mean, it's pretty dark. Vitani wants her brother to destroy another lion, but at the same time, I get where she's coming from. From her perspective, based on what Zira has told her, this one act will save Vitani and the Outlanders from their struggles in the Outlands. If you think her thought process makes sense in her situation, comment your favorite confused face below, because this is one messy family and moral situation. Vitani had spent her whole life believing in Kovu, but he was failing and she wasn't willing to give up the Pride Lands that easily. So of course, she had to report to her mother.
You're sure?
Affirmative. I saw it with my own eyes.
Kovu cannot betray us.
Vitani spoke to her mother like a soldier would speak to a general, further supporting the idea Vitani was raised as a trooper instead of a daughter. And since she was a trooper, Vitani desperately longed to fulfill her instructed purpose. To attempt to destroy Simba themselves, Zira led her pride into the Pride Lands to ambush Simba. They swarmed the king, and when Kovu attempts to halt the attack, Vitani swats her once beloved brother away. Zira's soldiers rain down upon Simba.
Remember your training.
but he begins to escape, so Nuka follows close behind until he is stopped and is crushed by falling debris. Nuka is found dead, and suddenly, the reality of this situation begins to set in on Vitani. While she had just attacked Kovu, her other brother had fallen before her eyes. I believe this event was the seed of Vitani's questioning and doubt in this fight. But she was not through following Zira just yet. Zira blamed Nuka's death on Simba and called upon Vitani and the other Outlanders to take the Pride Lands by force. The soldiers of Zira clash against Simba and the Pride Landers, and Vitani finally gets to show off her warrior training.
Where's your pretty daughter, Nala? Vitani!
But when Kovu and Kiara intervene in the fight, they stop the battle, pleading for the fighting to end between the prides.
Them? Us. Look at them. They are us. What differences do you see?
Suddenly, these words resonate with Vitani. She realizes fighting amongst her own people is pointless, especially after she has already lost a brother in the process. In my mind, Vitani had spent her whole life following orders and attacking before thinking, but now she was taking time to consider her actions and the actions of Kovu. I think she finally understood Kovu's inability to strike down Simba wasn't a weakness. Maybe Vitani realized the brother she loved and respected so much was an individual just looking for change. Vitani had spent her whole life fighting for a cause she was told to believe in, had seen the consequences of war, and saw Kovu advocating for a solution out of conflict. So when her mother called upon her for the first time, Vitani rejected the command, betraying her mother.
Vitani, now!
No, Mother. Kiara's right. Enough.
In an impressive move, Vitani finally escaped the indoctrination her mother had imprinted on her, which I can't imagine would be easy to do. Vitani saw the error of her ways and decided, like her brother, to no longer seek revenge like Zira. Instead of leading the Outlanders into battle, Vitani led them to a peaceful resolution, which would allow them to live in the Pride Lands again. Through the influence of Zira, Vitani was raised to be a loyal demon of war for the Outlanders. She believed the Outlanders deserved to take control of the Pride Lands with her brother Kovu as king, and for the longest time she was willing to do anything, even go to war, to make that happen. But after the death of Nuka and the realization war could be avoided, Vitani turned away from her mother and convinced the Outlanders to rejoin Simba's pride. So just a little announcement before I wrap up the video, this is going to be the last time you'll ever see this set. If you aren't aware, I am currently attending the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire, so over the past few months, I've been recording in my dorm room. Finals week is coming to a close, and when I upload this video, I will have already been moved out of my dorm. So over the summer and when I come back next year, I'll be in completely different places, so if you enjoyed this set, let me know, but definitely all the toys and the backdrop and the pillow are definitely all going to be coming with me, but it'll probably never be arranged like this again. I'm kind of fond of how it looks right now, but I'm always excited to try to branch out, make it newer, make it nicer, make it more fun, make it more magical. So if you enjoyed me being in this set and discussing Vitani, then click that like button. And if you are interested in staying up to date with more magical Lion King videos, then click that subscribe button and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So now it's time for the question of the day, sponsored by my patrons. Why do you think Vitani turned against Zira? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section, along with any other ideas you have for future Discovering Disney episodes. If you'd like to see more Watso videos, then check out some awesome pics over here. And as always, thanks for watching and have a magical day.